What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. And today, USHL Sunday. I just couldn't read the title. I don't know what. So, yeah, today's USHL Sunday. As per usual, we'll be going over the USHL standings and talk about the USHL. Tomorrow is NHL Monday, and tomorrow is the Season 6 season finale. So, yeah, tomorrow's the podcast episode overall. So, make sure you go tune into that one. In case you don't know who I am, I'm the Intermission Podcast. I will bring you every single day daily NHL and USHL podcasts. For the NHL, I review every NHL game the day after it happens. So for example, today I will be reviewing yesterday's games. Tomorrow I'll be reviewing today's games. Tuesday I'll be reviewing tomorrow's games. So on and so forth. USHL, I will review every single game on Friday and Saturdays. I will do my podcast after every USHL game. So you'll get every single USHL game recap and every single NHL game recap goal by goal. And then we have USHL Sunday, which we go over the standings and just overall talk about the USHL. Then we have NHL Monday, where we go over the NHL standings and talk about the NHL. So this is your source of daily NHL and USHL podcast. So I got a few shout outs to do. First, top link in my description is Discord. Talk about the NHL and USHL on there. This is you can talk about the NHL and USHL on there, and I post right after I go live. Right after I'm done with my podcast every day on there. You should also follow my Facebook. It's the only place you know right before I go live. In which obviously you turn on your notifications to this channel. And it's the only place that you make your my NHL and USHL predictions. So you should definitely go make sure to check that out. My TikTok in there also. My post clips on there from this podcast. I haven't used it in a while, but if there's ever clips on my podcast, I'll go post it in there. What else? My Instagram I don't really use, but if I ever start posting in there, you can go check that out, which you'll follow it anyways. My X is in there, which I post on there quite frequently, just about stuff. I repost a bunch of things, and I just talk about stuff on there. Go ahead and follow that. So I'll post and repost things on there sporadically throughout the day. I have my USHL discussion Facebook group link down there. Go ahead and join that if you haven't already, if you want to talk about USHL. And if you're the big Saints fan, go join that Saints for Life group, also linked in my description. So I have all my social medias down there, USHL discussion Facebook group and Saints for Life Facebook group, all linked down there. So go ahead and make sure to go follow those, join those groups. Without further ado, let's go into USHL Sunday. There's no games today for the USHL, so let's go into this. Starting with the Eastern Conference, as per usual, number one. We'll go over both the teams. So number one, technically, is Madison. 13-4, 1-1 for 28 points, but also tied for number one with one more game. Dubuque, 14-6, 0-0 for 28 points. Madison, 84 goals for, which is by far the most in the league. Closest behind them is the Dubuque Fine Saints and Lincoln Chargers, 74 each. They have only 52 goals against, which is tied for the least amount in the league. Actually, no, that's not true. Muskegon has the least amount. And then Youngstown also has less than them. They're on a 4-game win streak right now. They're 8-2 in the last 10. They are nasty. Offense, ridiculous. Defense, phenomenal. Goaltending, good more than not. Definitely had an off night and Friday. So Madison's looking good. They're going to be fighting with Dubuque and Muskegon for that Eastern Conference, though. Speaking of number one, tied for number one, the East Dubuque Fine Saints, 20 games played, 14-6, 0-0 for 28 points, 74 goals for, 55 goals against. They lost the most recent game. They were 7-3 in the last 10. This team is really good too. Offense, ridiculous. We've had at least one of our top players out for the entire season. Cole Spice has been out for the entire season besides the last 2 weeks. Heikki Rahainen's been out for the past 2 weeks. Gavin Locke is not one of our top players. He is on the IR. Cole McCrae's out. He's not one of our top defensemen. He is also out. But we have probably the best goalie in the league, in my opinion. Very good backup. He's really nasty. He just need to become better at home. And I feel like if this was true, I heard this from the hockey guy on YouTube. But he did say this, that teams that play really good on the road and not so good at home, it's usually because of the fact that they try to play up to the crowd at home, and they try to do a lot of fancy things and play up to the crowd at home compared to on the road. They keep it simple. And that is very, very true. But like I've seen that with the Saints. I have been seeing that with the Saints on the road. They keep it very simple passes, unselfish plays. But at home, I've seen a couple of selfish plays. I've seen not simple passes like cross ice passes, 200 feet passes, like 150 feet passes from like one goal line to the other blue line. It's just unnecessary passes. They could just make it simple passes and stuff like that, which is very true, and that is also a coaching problem at the end of the day. Like I've seen a lot of stuff like coach needs to fix too. Some of this might be a coaching problem, but we're gonna have to see if they can fix the home play. But they are still 6-5 at home, and that's including the first game of the season that was in Pittsburgh that counted as a home game. So without that, they're 6-4 at home, which is still a good record. But they're 8-1 on the road, so you can clearly tell a difference there. And if you watch the games on the road compared to watching games at home, you can tell there's definitely a difference on how we play and the score. Like how we go down early usually. It's kind of weird. I don't know, but the Bucks still tied for number 1. So, yeah. Number 3, Muskegon, 12-4, 2-1, 27 points. They had a chance to get number 1 in the East. If they would have won on Saturday, they would have become number 1 in the East at this point. But they were unable to beat the Stampede, so they stayed number 3, 1 point behind number 1, Dubuque and Madison. So, yeah. Muskegon's looking real good. They have one of the best goaltenders in the league for sure. Top 5 goaltender in the league, in my opinion. Gucci have a very good backup goalie too. A phenomenal defense. I'll even say that. Phenomenal defense and great offense too. The offense can definitely score. It's not as nowhere near as good compared to teams like Dubuque and Madison, Youngstown, Waterloo, Fargo, Sioux Falls, other Tri-City. Those contenders. They're not as good as that, but they can definitely score. Goaltending and defense definitely is this team. And to be honest with you, I'm not saying they're going to do. I'm not saying they're going to win the Clark Cup. I'm saying defense does win playoff series. Playoffs. Defense wins in the playoffs. So I don't know. They're gonna have to see. Because last year they were really offensive orientated with like Matt Van Gritten, Joshua Boisvert, Joe Connor, etc. So the team was definitely offensive oriented last week. This year they're like taking a step back, playing more defensive style with the same goaltender, and the goaltender has more experience. Because last year he came into like the second half of the season, so he had a little bit of like not much experience. Compared to now, he has a lot more experience, so he's definitely able to settle in and play better. So between that and the fact that defense is a lot better this year, this team is definitely really good, right up in the mix. Number 4, Youngstown Phantoms, 12-7 for 24 points. They're good too. Their defense is very, very good. Goaltending, very, very good. Defense, very, very good. Very undisciplined though. They're 336 penalty minutes, which is the second most in the league, just behind Waterloo. So that being said, Youngstown, very good defensive team. Very good goaltending. Okay offense. Very inconsistent offense, I'll say that. I've seen them score like 6 goals, but I've seen them score like 1. So, really depends on the night. Very inconsistent offense, but this team has the capability of winning the East. Not saying it's going to happen, but there's a possibility. Number 5, Green Bay, 10-7-1 for 21 points. They are a 3-game win streak. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the Youngstown Phantoms are on a 7-game win streak right now. They're ridiculous right now. Green Bay's on a 3-game win streak, and Green Bay is 6-4 in the last 10. So yeah, Green Bay's doing pretty good. They're pretty inconsistent though. I've seen them beat some really good teams. Saints twice, same weekend, swept them in Dubuque twice. Swept Fargo in Fargo twice. I've seen them beat really good teams multiple times, but I've also seen them lose to bad teams multiple times. So we're going to have to see if the team can stay consistent. This team can stay more consistent. This team is also a contender to win the East, but if they can't stay consistent, then obviously not. Number 6, Cedar Rapids, 6-10, 1-1 for 14 points. They won over Chicago in the most recent games. That's huge come the playoff time. They have the same amount of points as Chicago with 3 last games. That really proved my point in the fact that I believe they're going to make the playoffs over Chicago. They have 59 goals against, which is not bad at all. 43 goals for is really bad. The offense is really, really bad. Offense is really bad. Defense, okay. Defense, goaltending, pretty good. So that's kind of the Rough Riders right now. They're really inconsistent at home, but they're pretty good on the road. So yeah, I believe this team's gonna make it over Chicago just because Chicago is clear defensive flaws, which we will get to when we talk about them in a minute here. But yeah, I believe the Raptors will make the playoffs over Chicago, but I don't know what to see. Number 7, speaking of Chicago Seal. 6-13-2 and 0-14 points. 0-5-2. The streak, they're 2-6-2 in the last 10. They are bad. Worst defense in the league by a mile. They have 35 to 40 plus shots a game. Goaltending on paper is top 3 in the league at bare minimum, but not very good. Defense worse in the league, that does not help. Offense, okay, it's pretty good, not that great. So the team is not great, not good. Team USA is a 3-11-1 for 7 points, 38 goals for, 72 goals against. Is 0-8-1 in the last 9, I guess, and 1-8-1 in the last 10. They're bad. They're really bad. I don't know what it is. This team's really bad. Can't win games. Don't know what it is. That's East. Let's go over Eastern Conference final predictions. Number 1, Dubuque. 2, I'm gonna say Madison. Right behind them, 3, Muskegon. Those guys can go back and forth all season long. 4, I'm gonna say Youngstown because they're on a 7-game win streak right now. They're nasty overall. 9, I'm gonna say Green Bay. Number 6, Cedar Rapids Rough Riders, squeaking in the playoffs. 2 teams outside of the playoffs. Number 7, Chicago Steel. And then number 8, Team USA. USA Hockey and CVP. So, that's the Eastern Conference predictions here by the end of the season. I believe that's what it's going to be. As of right now, I kind of make those predictions every week, so that's what it is right now. Pretty similar to what I had last week. I'm pretty sure it's identical to what I had last week. But, so, yeah. There's East. Let's go to the West now. Number 1, Lincoln Stars, 14-6 with 28 points in 20 games played. 52 goals against, which is the one of the least around the league. They have a top 3 goaltender in the league, in my opinion. Maybe even number 2. And Jan Shostak. Great defense, great offense. Team's really, really well-rounded. They won the most recent game. They're 6-4 in the last 10. I don't know what their problem is as late. I don't know. They were ridiculous. They're like 8-1 to start the season or whatever, and then they just kind of fallen off. They definitely, they're good. They're still winning games, but they're not as frequently as they have been. They're still number 1 in the West, so they're fine, but a little bit concerning. Number 2, Fargo Force. 12-5-1-2, 27 points. 69 goals for, 57 goals against. 3-0-1-1 is a streak. 6-2-1-1 in the previous 10. This team's really good too. They got a top 3 goaltender in the league right now. Great defense, great offense. This team's really, really well-rounded as well. This team's a top contender to come out of the West again. Number 3, Waterloo Blackhawks. 10-5-2-4 for 26 points. 73 goals for, 64 goals against. 1-0-0-1 is a streak. 5-2-0-3 in the last 10. They're really bad in overtime and shootouts. They have 6 overtime shootout losses already. They would have won one of those overtime shootouts. They would have been tied for number 1 right now. They won 2 of those, they would have been number 1 right now. They need to win those overtime shootout games to really try to gain ground in the West if they want to win the West. They're right there in the mix. They have one more game played than Fargo and Lincoln, so but they're really, really good. They're really good. I can see them winning the West. I do have them winning the West this season, but we have to see. Number 4, Sioux Falls Stampede. 11-5-1-1 for 24 points. 69 goals for, 55 goals against. 4-0-1-1 in the streak. 6-2-1-1 in the previous 10. Goaltending, not an issue at all. Defense, not really a big issue either. Offense, not an issue. This team is nasty. This team's really well-rounded too. Knowing the fact this team's number 4 in the West is just disgusting. Number 5, Tri-City. 9-2-1 for 21 points. 71 goals for, 76 goals against. 0-1-0-0 is a streak. They lost the most recent game. 5-4-1 in the last 10. This team's an okay team. Okay, I will say this team can beat really good teams. They can lose the bad teams. They can lose the good teams. They can beat bad teams. It really depends on the night. As not necessarily inconsistency, like it is slightly, but it's also just the fact that they're not a really good team. Like there's a difference between being inconsistent and being a team that's really not ridiculously good to the fact that they can win most of their games. Like you're kind of picking up 1 point down here. So this team is good. This team will make the playoffs pretty convincingly, but I don't think they're that strong of a contender. Number 6, Sioux City Musketeers, 8-9-0-2 for 18 points, 64 goals for, 65 goals against, 0-5-0-2 in the streak, 2-6 2-6, 0-2 in the last 10. I don't understand the team's problem, bro. Offense, not good. Goaltending and defense is not great. This team's not good. It's not. The offense has been a huge concern, which is ridiculous, knowing the fact how good they were coming into this year, to start the season out. So, yeah, I don't know. It seems not looking too great. 7, Des Moines. 7-10-1 for 15 points, 54 goals for, 21 goals against. 2-0-1 is just streak right now. They're 2-game win streak. They just beat Des Moines they just beat the Butte on the road. Their most recent game. 6-3-1 in the last 10. They're looking pretty decent right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. 8 Omaha. 6-12-2 for 14 points. 43 goals for, 62 goals against. 0-2 is a streak right now. 2-7-1 in the last 10. They were looking really good for a little bit of a stretch, and then they just kind of fell off. Team's not really that good, honestly. They're not that good. So my West final predictions: number 1, Lincoln; number 2, Waterloo; number 3, Fargo; number 4, Sioux Falls; number 5, Sioux City Musketeers; number 6, Tri-City Storm; number 7, Omaha Lancers; number 8, Des Moines Buccaneers. I can see Omaha and Des Moines flipping, and I could also see Tri-City, Sioux City flipping. I can see those things happening, but outside of that, I could also see Fargo. I can see the top 4 going in any which order. And I can see this entire conference going in any which order, by the way. I just have Omaha and Des Moines in the playoffs. Those 2 could flip for 7 and 8, and then the whole top 6 could flip. I don't think Sioux City your Tri-City's going to win the West, but the top 4 can change in any way. Tri-City and Sioux City could go up to 4 or 3, or you're 6, you're 5. It really depends. But most of the West can change, really. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it will change, obviously, but I mean, the final standings could really go either way. So that's kind of the standings right now. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, you know what we should do? Okay, since it is USHL Sunday, it's a USHL day. Let's go to the top scorers and goalies. We'll go to the top scorers and top goalies. Let's go to the top scorers first because it is USHL Sunday. Let's do a little bit of a deep dive here. Not really, yeah, kind of. Let's do it. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. It should not be taking this long to load. Do not ask me why. I don't know. No clue. Let's try this one more time. Second time to try, that doesn't round. Oh no, I didn't even have to try it again. Okay, W. Okay, so the most points in the league is a 2-way tie between 2 Sioux City players. Giacomo Martino, 10 goals, 14 assists for 24 points. And then Landon Gunderson, also the Sioux City Musketeers, 5 goals, 19 assists for 24 points. Yeah, I mean, they're really good players. Giacomo Martino, 0 game-winning goals. Fine. He had a 1.26 points per game. Same thing as Landon Gunderson. He has 1 power play goal, 6 power play assists, 0 short-handed points in general. 6 penalty minutes. So yeah. And Landon Gunderson, he has 2 game-winning goals, 0 power play goals, 6 power play assists, 1 short-handed assist, 1 short-handed point, 16 penalty minutes. So yeah, they're looking good for Sioux City. The only 2 players apparently showing up for Sioux City this year, I guess. So yes, that. Let's slide over the goalies here, and then we'll be on our way to reviewing yesterday's NHL games, and yesterday's Saturday. So it'll be a lot of NHL games to over. Now let's go back to top scorers here. Let's look more into top scorers. Come on. I'm just gonna look at the number 1 player, right? That don't sound right. Let's not do that. That's pretty lame. That's pretty lame. Do you want to say Kirill Kaprizov is injured right now? Well, this is loading. Kirill Kaprizov is injured. He is a non-serious injury. He should be back pretty soon. Hopefully. Ovi should be back pretty soon. He said he was skating around he's walking around with just a little limp with a smile on his face. He should be back pretty soon. Other injuries here. Ross Colton should be back within the next few weeks, probably, hopefully. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure when Gabriel Landeskog should be coming back. Not really sure. What other injuries are there? I feel like I'm missing a few, but I don't know. Oh, Peter Kochetkov, dude. Oh, I talked about